yo, yo, welcome to the show.
Yo, YouTube, what is good? It's a later one tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:59 p.m. It's June 21st. Is it the first day of summer or the summer equinox or something like that? I don't know, but it's really hot. That's all I know. And I also know that we're going to be doing a portfolio update. It's nice that we're consistently doing these on a Friday night. So if you're new here and you like seeing someone's weekly Robinhood portfolio updates, or maybe a Roth IRA video or some dividends at the end of the month sprinkled in, drop a like on the video, drop a subscribe, and you will see these videos and you'll be happy. But in the portfolio update, whoa. In the portfolio update, we are gonna be looking at, of course, the performance over these timestamps, the buying power, the options, the crypto, and the stocks. Some of them I will go in depth on, some of them not really. So without further ado, the portfolio is sitting at $15,322.71. Pretty red day, not on the market really for me. Like a 1.3% day is gnarly. Like in any portfolio. I mean, obviously the percentage is what matters, but yeah, big day for me due to options, but it is what it is. On the week, we're up. We've been doing pretty well with options on the week. And on the month, we should be up 3.21%. 3 months, 4.32% in the green. Year to date, 3.35% up, and 1 year, 8.3%. Buying power 286 60 cents, and a lot of that of course is from our options premium. Shout out to Nvidia, shout out to SPY. Well, now Nvidia is, maybe it's pulling back. I guess we're jumping over to the options. Is Nvidia starting to pull back? We have two options here. Two of them that I like open, obviously, but I have two of each because I like to average down in my options. It has been paying off. This one I haven't averaged down today because, like, what if Nvidia is starting to consolidate, which is well needed, in my opinion. I mean, it's just been rallying for so long, and I luckily I caught it maybe potentially at the tail end. Maybe this was just the one red day it needed to go on another spree. Nobody really ever knows. I just thought I'd hold my options for a little bit longer. They have some time to play. If it gets, I don't know, maybe one day I'll just be like F it and buy another one just to lower my average cost, expecting that it will pump again. But for now, today was a pretty, like a big 3% day for Nvidia. Let's look at the graph, which is a big day for any stock. But of course, bear in mind that Nvidia has been having like 10% weeks for like months. So who's to say, it's down about 2.9% for the day. 1 week, oh, it's down overall in the week. I must have been riding this then. That's crazy. That I timed that, or obviously I didn't time it. It just happened. 1 month. Yeah, I mean, look at Nvidia in the past. Nvidia is averaging more than a percent a day, every day, and obviously, actually, with compounding, it's it's probably less than a percentage or closer to one. Whatever it is, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But it closed at 127, or calls or premium or strike prices are at 145 and 165. So that's really a joke, but it's also Nvidia. And I'm also not planning on holding these to expiry. You just need that pump, at least a break even, or at least I'm in the whole 50%, guys. Come on. I'm not gonna sell. Not yet when I have a freaking week, 2 weeks to expiry. Come on, man. Anyways, jumping into the crypto, got Dogecoin, stocks, Tesla, nothing new. For some reason, I saw this 10% and thought Tesla had a 10% day. I'm like, whoa, this is all total returns, I should specify. We've got Amazon. Nothing has really changed with Amazon. Apple, Microsoft, realty income. Realty income we did add a fractional share today or yesterday, and that brought us to 12 flat shares. So nice to see. Whenever the next dividend payment comes, or maybe the one after the next one, who knows? It should say like 12 shares for realty income, and I just like the round numbers. It's funny. Someone commented saying that the fractional share is like it's such a pain to watch or something like that. Like it, whatever it is. But I'm like, same, bro. And I think I replied to the comment saying that like you should have seen this before the drip was turned off, because of course your drip is not gonna be buying back exact amounts of shares, you know. So you know that $1.83 buying back 0.09763 shares of Chevron, it's not a pretty number. So I turn that shit off, and I know that I invest at least $1.83, at least whatever the dividend that was officially paid. I know I will go in and contribute more than that manually before the ex div date, before the next dividend pay, or for the next ex div date. So it's almost like I'm just dripping myself. And I made a video on this. If you wanna watch it, I'll link it up top. But Nusi is our next one. Nothing new with that one. Chevron here, 1.4 shares. Um, Coke is still pretty up there. I think probably tied with the McDonald's news, but McDonald's is down. We've got General Mills, ExxonMobil Horizon down 15%. And maybe it's like starting to flatten out Horizon. I don't know what it's doing, but we bought another share like 2 weeks ago, and yeah, that's it. Google, not quite a full share yet, but of course we'll be filling that gap soon. Google's up 28.69%. Under Armour, it's just still sitting there doing what it does. Next we have Ford, and Ford is a nice one to talk about because Ford has been trading pretty consistently now under my brokerage average cost, 11.96. This was officially, I think, at least when I started like tracking it, I guess, like noticing it, I should say, it was $12 flat. I'm like, oh, that's such a nice round number. Let me wait until Ford is trading back under $12, and this was when it was 13 plus. You know, let me wait until then to start buying more. And I waited patiently. I didn't really care too much because I already had met the 100 share criteria in my Roth, so I was selling options on that. And it's like I'm already like I'm feeling that what's the chemical, the happy chemical, I don't know what it is, but I was filling that gap, you know, that mental happiness gap. Like, ooh, I'm selling options on calls on shares that I want to sell options on, not freaking Under Armour. Anyways, so we weren't in a rush to do the same thing in the brokerage because I mean, Ford was trading like so much above what the average cost was. So I'm like, why should I do that? You know, it was just something I wouldn't allow myself to do. So we waited. Now we're consistently under it. 11.85 is where we closed at, and I mean, look at it. Every day we'll come in and buy maybe a share, maybe half a share, maybe even a share and a half, and maybe every other day this might lower it a penny. It's so hard to lower it when you're, I mean, so many shares deep, but it's still the principle I think that counts. I mean, the fact that I was able to exercise patience there, and who knows, for it might be in the tens. Maybe I could still be more patient, but for now I'm pretty pleased with what's going on. We're flat, pretty percentage wise. We're flat. That's like $7, which is that's a decent meal at a cheap place. So that's money. But I'm comfortable with how Ford is looking and or positioning it. We have SPY next, and SPY is at 3.25 shares now. Just yesterday, not literally, but recently, I remember being at a like 2.95 shares, like staring down the barrel of 3 shares, and now it's 3.25. Home Depot is next, and I think I either bought some of this or I will be buying some. But stalwart, blue chip, gotta buy, gotta have. Target is I mean we're still very up, but we were up like 30%. Now we're down. Well, we're still up, but we're down like 17% from what we were at all time highs, I guess. So yeah, I mean that happens, right? I don't know what's going on with start with Target, but I haven't bought any in a while. I know I will go in and buy when I know the X div is coming up. If not, big deal. McDonald's is next, down in that position, and I want to be looking to add more. I think we added recently. We have zero point 0.8 shares, or we're gonna be adding to McDonald's, and looking at the getting to one full share sometime soon. AbbVie is next, one share. It's so funny how like I've had McDonald's for years in my portfolio, and my AbbVie I added like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm already at a share. Of course, share price matters, but it's just funny mentally how that happens. Like how the hell does that happen? Why do I? And then I always like, oh, gotta make my way up to a full share on McDonald's and Home Depot, and like, bro, you've had these things for years. We have Pepsi next, and Pepsi were flat on that. So yeah, Johnson and Johnson down 6%. VTI, nice returns on that so far. Waste Management is next, almost at a share of that. Smith and Wesson had a crazy day today. We were up like 20 highs percent, and now we're up only 8%. Still, very respectable. I only started buying this late last year, so if I sold now, I mean, I'm selling at an 8% in a year return, so not too bad. That's around average, market average, right? Or at least that's what they say. But yeah, 12%, almost 13. Well, with after hours, shit, that's a crazy day. Down 14% with this today. Wow. Just $25, but to know that 14% of your equity was lost in one day in stocks, not even options. That's wild to me. But hey, that's investing. Probably now is the well, I should look into what the hell happened in their earnings. But maybe it's a time to look into buying more, because I've always wanted, if it does have that potential, like just like Starbucks, like shit, is one bad earnings gonna throw them off like that? It might just be a time to buy into a company that is growing. Might stumble every now and again, but overall growing. So let's see. SCHD, we have that next. Not too bad, 4% returns. Camping World, ooh, I don't know how much of a dip that was percentage wise, but down 27%. Yeah. American Electric Power, not bad. Verizon up 8%, flat in this, and I don't really want another like incident. Should I say like a Target or Smith and Wesson? Like, should I just sell out of Verizon, or at least lower my position in it? Maybe 3 shares, 2 shares. I don't know. I mean, 8% again, that's not bad. Again, started buying this late last year, so I don't know. Sell Verizon and buy SPY. We've got Stag next. 11 shares of that. Brunswick. Yeah, that's down 10%, but I would love to buy some more of that. Pretty convicted on that one. SPY G, 20%. Whoa, 20% of a return. I don't know. 6 shares. Starbucks coming back, still down in our position, but we'll be buying more Starbucks. I got Maine next. O'Reilly, IGPT, and Sweet Green are my 3 recurring buys. Looks like we are up in all our positions now. O'Reilly, we were down. Am I tripping, or we were down like a lot recent, like 6% the last time? But anyways, now we're up 2%, 2.5%, 2.69%. IGPT and Sweet Green. This is like an Invesco AI next gen software ETF, and yeah, just futuristic. I think I want to have that exposure. I got Costco, not a recurring buy, but it's underneath those 3, 16% so far, just over half a share Costco. IAT, which is a Dow Jones Regional Bank ETF, down 2% on that. Hey, just gonna be buying more. It's an ETF, which is good. Small cap, yeah. I mean, scratch my head, yeah. But it is what it is. We'll be buying it unless we can get into JP Morgan Chase. Maybe we'll get into that too. Um, yeah. That's the portfolio. At least that view of it. You know, I like going through. I like going to this view over here. Just because of the graph, it's like an overview. For 15,322.73. 98% of our money is invested, only just under 2% in cash. And largest equity, SPY, SCHD, VTI, and Upland together, those make up over a quarter of the portfolio. I'm so like I have too many positions. Guys, if you have any suggestions, like you've seen my all my stocks, like I know some of them are BS stocks, and I feel like I'm a stock hoarder. So if you guys have comments or suggestions, like hey, get rid of that out of your portfolio, like I'll listen to them. I might not do it, but like at least interact. Like shit. But yeah, look at this. Like all these can just sell them by SPY. Oh my lord. Um yeah, I just wanted to look at this. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. The next video should be on Sunday where we talk about just what we plan to buy in the upcoming week in the Robinhood port brokerage account. So stay tuned for that. Just realized I left my laptop at work with that on it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Peace.